Hi, I'm Scotty. Welcome to my channel, Scotty's Clock World. Thanks for dropping by. Alright, I've got a tub with some kerosene in it here. This is one of the great wheels. What we're going to do is we're going to clean the great wheel in round the ratchet with kerosene. Ooh, look at the gunk dropping out of that. Wow. I'm rubbing it with a toothbrush over and around the top, and you can see the discoloration in the kerosene there already. Right, I'll put that one aside into our shellite or lighter fluid container. We'll let that sit there. We'll get the next one, do the same thing again, run over it with a toothbrush full of kerosene over the top of the ratchet and remove any dirt and old oil, etc. that might be in there. Turns nice and freely now. Alright, put that in our lighter fluid. We'll get the third one and repeat the process once again, using plenty of kerosene to get down right inside between the ratchet and the great wheel and get that cleaned up. Runs nice and freely. Alright, into our lighter fluid. You can actually see the discoloration of the kerosene, and if you look closely down the bottom you can see small pieces of dirt floating around there that we got out from the great wheels. Alright, lighter fluid now. Same thing over each of the great wheels to clean them up. It's turning not too bad. Yep. Alright. Put that down there. We'll put the hot air gun on that in a moment. The second one. Another great wheel. Clean it front and back and see how easily it spins. Oh, beautiful. Look how easy that turns round. And the third one. Plenty of lighter fluid into it. You can see the discoloration, the dirt in there also. Well, it does spin round nice and easily. You can see dirt down the bottom there that's come out of those. Now the hot air gun to blow off the rest of the lighter fluid. On low as usual, we don't want it too high. That'll be sufficient. Doesn't take very much to remove the lighter fluid, even on low. And the third one. Okay, that's done that. We'll let them cool there for a moment and then we'll have a look and see what our handiwork's like. That has come up pretty well actually. Yes, the ratchet spins. I can feel it clicking away there very efficiently. That one and the third one, very nice. Alright, I'll put those back in our foam block like so. Now we'll get ready to check the pivots and the bushings. First up, before I put the dancers away, I'll give them a quick run over with some lighter fluid and a toothbrush, which should remove a lot of the fine dust that's sitting on them and clean them up a bit. Turn them around. Second one. Being very careful because these are resin, obviously not carved. It's a newer model, a 70s model. They're made out of plastic, sometimes called resin because it doesn't sound quite as bad as plastic. But they're injection molded. You can see that by the shape of them, the little lines down them. Alright, there we go. Now, I don't want to use the heat gun on those. We're liable to melt them. So what I'll do is I'll wipe them down with a very absorbent cloth and then let them air dry. Colours have certainly come up a lot better, that's for sure. Red dress there is very bright now. Right, we'll let them air dry for a little while now. Right, we're going to have a look at the platform dancers now and find out, or attempt to find out, why this one here is not turning very freely. The other ones turn very freely. Right, so we'll take the dancers off first. They just very carefully pull off. There we go, twist him off. They come off alright. First one. Next one. And the next one. And the red dress lady, which is the one that's causing the problem. Now when we look at this, we can see that this wheel is turning pretty freely. There, that one's not, and that one is. We'll also clean up the rust on this because it looks pretty terrible. Alright, so what I'll do first, find which one we're working on. This guy here. It's got a circlip on it, you can probably see there, down the bottom. So, I'll remove that, being careful not to lose it, assuming it wants to come off, I guess. That sounded like it, yes. I'll take that off with a pair of tweezers. Well, you can't see it, but there's our circlip. I'll put it on the lid there so we know where it is. Now we can pull that piece out. Seems to have a fair bit of oil and gunk on that. I think we'll start off with cleaning that up, and through this hole here I'll try to clean that up with a piece of pegwood. See if we can get into there. I think we need to sharpen our pegwood a little bit, I think. Make it a little bit longer and a bit narrower so it'll fit into the opening there. Alright, try that once again. That's a bit better. Goes in further now, coming out the other end. Fair bit of gunk in there. Other side, twist him round. Yeah, it's not very clean. And I'll give this a wipe and get rid of the old oil on it. and some of the dirt, we hope. Spin that round. And I'll pop that back in there and see if it spins freely now. That seems to be spinning pretty freely. Alright, what I'll do, I'll run over this post here with a little bit of steel wool. That'll remove a bit more than our clean cloth will. Make sure that that's clean. Now we'll go over it with a clean cloth. Right, try that again. That seems to be moving very freely. Alright, I'll put a drop of oil on there using my general purpose oiler for non-important parts of clocks. Put that on there. That's just general oil, it's not used for pivots, etc. Pop that back in and spin it round a few times to spread the lubrication out. Thank you to my supporters, Don Dressel, David Phillips, Graham FP, Robert Hornman, Mike Messerschmidt, Stephen Watts, Sidus, Rolf, Tony Paisley, Jeff Clements, Whitney Kovner, Walt Morgan, Dennis O'Connor, Robert Baldwin, Douglas Mueller, John, Martin Olivia, Douglas Rowlandson, Bill Leeds, Getzip, Brooks Rowand, Jim, Scarla Dawn, Rodney Van Meter and Elizabeth Smith.